Alrighty, good morning and welcome to On the Bench with Big Jim. This is Jim Nielsen. It's been a while since I've been here in the office to do the show. We've been on the road. We had a wonderful 2 weeks, graduations. Good to see you all here. Good to see you, John and Marianne, and Nicole. I appreciate you guys tuning in. It's kind of a reflective. It was very enjoyable to see. It's enjoyable to see your kids make big steps and big accomplishments in their life, and it was a wonderful time, and I appreciate the good choices that my kids have made, and that they're in the situations that they're in makes a dad proud, and but life goes on. Good morning, Tom. Good to see you here. Congratulations on your daughter's graduation. As I was reflecting on my son's graduating the last couple weekends, it's a cool thing to see your kids graduate from college and move on, or high school for you, and move on to other better things in their lives. Today I want to wish happy birthdays to John Buttonhoff, an old friend who was a wrestling coach at Walla Walla, and just a great guy. And I want to wish John happy birthday. Jeannie Koba, Doug Koba's wife, Doug Koba from Moses Lake, a great guy, a great mentor of mine, and his wife's having a birthday today. Mike Haggerty, NCAA referee, quality guy, and is having a birthday. And then Paul Edelston, who I got to meet through the radio show. And good morning, Brian. Good to see you here. And so happy birthday, Paul. He's having a birthday today as well. If you guys know of someone that you'd like to give a shout out to a happy birthday, please post here in the comments, and we'll do our best to give them a shout out. Today's show, I want to congratulate the Moses Lake High School Chiefs qualifying for the Final Four in baseball. First time since 1981. Which was a good year. That's the year I graduated, and the Moses Lake Chiefs were state champions that year. Pretty cool thing. Ray Pichardo, the first high school kid to hit a home run out of the Kingdom. Kind of a little tidbit. We were actually in our baccalaureate, or the not the main graduation, but the other one. When the Chiefs won the state championship, we all should have gone over to the state baseball, and it was in the Kingdom, and Chiefs win. That's where we should have been, looking back on it. But anyway, congratulations to Donnie and the boys. Good luck this Friday, and you guys can listen to the game on the radio. Or you can go down to Geisa Stadium and check the game out. Anyway, been busy all morning, and we have a great guest planned for this morning. And please like and share the video. Get the word out. We're on. Good morning, Sam. Good to see you here. We're putting these videos onto YouTube as well. I'm going to be putting some of my wrestling content onto YouTube as on the bench with Big Jim site as well, just so that it's up there. So, some cool content, the Moses Lake Chiefs wrestling, and we'll be doing that. But today's guest is Dr. excuse me, Dr. Mitchell Powers, who is from the Vancouver area, but grew up down in that same area, wrestled in high school, and wrestled in college, and became a chiropractor. And he came up with this device to help curb or decrease the incident of concussion. And in examining it, just on the surface, I'm thinking he has a good thing going on here. And I'm excited to talk to him about this device here on the bench with Big Jim. And it's going to be a fun day to learn about him and find out about how this device is already helping some athletes that he's been working with. But anyway, we're going to be good morning, Mitchell. I can't see where I can pull you in. It's not allowing me to add you. So I need you to hopefully you can get on your phone and do it the way we did yesterday when we did the test. Because right now it's not letting me add you. Not letting me add you, buddy. Anyway, this Neck Force Pro device is something that I think is going to change. It's going to change a lot of minds because its potential in strengthening the neck, decreasing the whiplash effect, and I'm hoping for the best of this device to come through and to come out. I don't know what's going on, Mitch, but it's not giving me the option to pull you in on camera. Do you see where you can ask to be brought in on camera, and we can get going? But I don't know about where you're at, but it's beautiful here in Mose Lake. It's partly cloudy, but it's going to be a wonderful day today. I'm sure of it. Oh, we did this test yesterday, folks. We ran a test, and so that I could pull him in to the show, and we were able to do it. And now it's not letting me, and I don't know why. So not giving me the option to add, Mitchell. I know your son was there helping us get this going. He does have a website. I've linked it in the heading to this video, so you guys can go and check it out there. And Sorry for the delay, folks. One of those technological things that us old guys still haven't mastered. What do you guys have this planned this Memorial Day weekend? I am going to be heading over to Team Washington's national camp. We're having a camp over at Cusick, over in Cusick. And we're going to train Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, and have a little run Monday morning and then head home. That'll be our Memorial Day weekend, trying to get Team Washington ready for the cadet duels, which come that second week in June. I'm looking forward to being able to coach these young wrestlers. We have quite a group of kids that it's gonna look good. We're pretty confident. We have a lot of quality, nationally qualified kids. Good morning, Stephen. Good to see you here. Buenos, good mornings is right. And sir, thank you very much. But no need to be so formal. Let me see what we can do here to get Mr. Mitchell lined up. Dr. Mitchell, you're on. I see you watching. And it's not letting us connect. Good morning, Levi. Good to see you here. Looking forward to a good summer for you, Levi. Good morning, Kelly. Good to see you here. Just so everybody knows, I'm waiting for my guest to get logged in to his Facebook so we can visit with him here on the show. I still see you there, but I can't get you to pop in. Not letting me do it. Sorry, Mitchell. Sorry we're having these troubles. And this is not how I wanted today to go. So we're just going to call and talk to Mitchell on the phone.
Yeah, Jim.
Good morning, Dr. Mitchell Powers. How are you today?
I'm fine, thanks. I got you on the Facebook phone, and I'm watching you, but I don't know why you're not getting me.
Now.
Good morning, Dr. Mitchell.
Is that on your computer? I can hear in the background. Is that on your phone, or is that on your iPad, on your computer?
I've got you both on the computer and the phone.
Turn the computer off, because I can hear it, and it's delayed. There we go. We're gonna just do this on the phone.
Okay.
And would love to have you live, looking at your face, but it's not going to cooperate with us today. So folks, I have Dr. Mitchell Powers. He is the inventor of the Neck Force Pro device, and you're a chiropractor. You live down in Vancouver or in that area, is that right?
Yep.
And that's where you grew up, isn't that correct?
Pretty much, yeah.
Give us an idea of your upbringing. I do remember us talking yesterday. You were 101 pounds as a freshman in high school. So
yes.
You were on the little end. Did you play any other sports?
I boxed.
Oh, you boxed
for quite a few years. Yeah.
Oh, okay. When did you start wrestling? When did you get into the world of wrestling?
About 6th grade, we lived in Cheney, and we started there just doing camps and stuff, and then we moved to Linwood, and I wrestled there in the 7th grade, so about 2 years, and then we moved to Vancouver when I was in 8th grade.
Uh-huh.
And I wrestled at junior high, and then went to Ridgefield High School my 9th grade year and wrestled there at 101 pounds for them.
And you ended up, you were telling me that your state tournament was in Moses Lake back in that age.
Yeah, 1976.
That's pretty cool that you have, because Moses Lake always held the Class A, well, not always, but for many years.
Yep.
Hosted the Class A championships in Moses Lake, or was it at Big Bend, or was it in Moses Lake?
It was at Moses Lake High School.
Was it at the high school? That seems crazy that a state tournament would be held in Moses Lake, but it was centrally located for a lot of the A schools, and it was just a couple years later. My first state champion, first state tournament that I went to, that I wrestled at, was at Heck Edmonds, and we did Class A on one end of the gym and AAA on the other end of the gym. So,
wow.
But yeah, Moses Lake used to host that, and you ended up taking third as a freshman in 1976.
Correct. Yes.
That's a great accomplishment. Then as your high school career, you ended up you moved to Hudson Bay. Is that correct?
Yes.
And what classification was Hudson Bay?
They were 3A back then. Not sure what they are now.
Well, because I see where you wrestled in the finals both in 78 and 79.
Yeah, and I had a real problem choking in the finals. My junior year, I'm sure you remember Michael Mangrum.
Yes.
I beat him in the semifinals, and then lost to the guy that he destroyed in the previous regionals in the finals.
Uh-huh. That's Clang from Bellevue.
What's that?
Is that Chang from Bellevue?
No, I lost to a kid from Aberdeen. I don't remember his name.
Okay. All right. Well, was that your sophomore year?
Junior year.
Oh, okay. But I have you have a lot of wrestling pedigree. You also wrestled. You were national champion in junior college down in Phoenix.
Correct.
And then where did you? And that's a great accomplishment. Where did you go after that?
Bobby Douglas gave me a full ride, and got to work out with Gary Bohe, Olympian, and I believe a world champion too. And I beat their previous year's starter, made the team, and went to California for an open tournament the next day and blew out my knee.
Oh.
Yeah, and it just never quite. It took a couple years before that thing got any better.
That's not. I'm sorry to hear that. That's what ended your career prematurely.
Well, that was my collegiate career. I'm sure you're familiar with Mark Sprague in USA Oregon.
Yeah.
That's where I really excelled in wrestling. Back we started when I was a little kid down here in 8th grade, going over to his basement before he had the big club and all that stuff. And I really excelled, and especially excelled in Greco-Roman.
Oh.
And I went to the 84 trials. Well, won the regionals down in California. Went to the final trials in Minnesota. Ended up taking 6th place.
That's very cool.
Yeah, I love Greco. Greco's kind of one of my faves.
Well, that's and some people really that's the true form of wrestling, they say. On
right.
all my trips with USA Greco, as an athletic trainer, getting to know Steve Frazier and all those guys, it's a great. You gotta love those guys who love to battle the upper body, and that's something that I hadn't seen on your resume. So that's a cool thing.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you're familiar with Anthony Amato.
Yes, he's a Portland State guy. Yeah.
We were in the same weight class, and I think there was like 9 guys left, and then he got put out, and I won, and got to the next round, and then got beat.
Yeah, that's cool. That's very cool.
Yeah.
So, what sent you off into the world of chiropractic?
Well, my father was a chiropractor.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, saved my bacon a lot of times when I was injured. And so I just kind of followed in his footsteps. And
so you kind of following the family trade of being in the world of medicine, and seeing how it helped you while you were, while you were an athlete. Have you seen that it was very beneficial for your children and your kids' friends, or the teams that your kids were on, to have that knowledge of taking care of injuries?
Oh, I treated just thousands of wrestlers and fighters, and I was the. You probably saw me many times at the Northwest Regionals and Battleground. I think for 10, 12 years I was the tournament doctor at that tournament.
Oh, cool.
And, they moved it up to Centralia, and I just kind of threw it in after that.
That's a little far. And the trainer that they had over there, great guy, and he was busy all day, both days. That's a tough job to cover a wrestling tournament of that magnitude. Yeah, no, I having been an athletic trainer, I appreciate the time and the effort that they're attending to one kid, and then someone starts yelling trainer, and it never ends. It's an all day.
It's 3 days of just nonstop.
Yeah.
Especially Greco.
Well, yeah. I've told this story before, but I don't know how many eyebrows and chins I've glued up on trips from Greco guys splitting their heads open.
Yep.
But that's part of the sport, and I don't know. It makes yes, it's a little bloody and gory, but for those people who love that combative fight and spirit, it's an awesome experience. So let's visit about your invention, this Neck Force Pro. I want people to go to the website that I posted in the video here. But tell us what brought this on. What was your first vision of this device and this piece of equipment to help kids? What was the start of it?
The start of it was my severe neck pain that I suffered for, I'm going to say, at least 10 years. I mean, at least a dozen times a year I'd wake up and either brushing my teeth or drying my hair, flick, my neck would start spasming up and my ear would be on my shoulder and I couldn't even function. And even through chiropractic college, I would grab every professor when I was having this pain, and they'd all work on me, adjust me, and it felt better, but it just never fixed it. And then it was about 10 years ago that it did it to me again, and I couldn't even get out of bed. And I just said, this is ridiculous. I have to figure what's going on here. And so I grabbed all my anatomy physiology books and started researching, and then I started playing with the machine and kind of rebuilding this home gym, and that just quite by, it was a freak accident, but I was leaning on the machine and I put my head on it and pulled a cable, and immediately I felt just like I was in a blast double and powering through it. And that's exactly what this exercise feels like, getting stuffed in a blast double and then powering through it to get the takedown.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then I started working with it a little more. Instead of just doing an isometric contraction of the neck, I would go into full hyperextension of the neck, a protraction of the shoulder blades, and which is much like, I don't know, are you familiar with the Louis Simmons reverse hyperextension machine?
Yes, I am.
With all the football. Jim, that's basically what I've invented. A reverse hyperextension machine for the neck.
Very cool.
And so within a couple months, I noticed my neck felt better and stronger, and then I started using it with my patients and getting just fantastic results, and then I kind of scaled it downward so that I could have a piece of equipment that I could sell, because the original prototype was just, it would have been way too much to market and sell or to build and sell.
Yeah. So
I scaled it down to an attachment for a squat rack, and that's what the Neck Force Pro is, and that's what we got.
What kind of now obviously you have a big community of friends and people in the world of wrestling. This can be applied to a lot of other sports. What kind of response have you gotten from other sports? Football. I can see rugby. I can see lacrosse and any type of other sport that has the concussion issues. What kind of response have you gotten from them?
You're exactly, boy, you hit the nail right on the head, Jim. I mean, for any contact sport, women's soccer just caught up with football in frequency of concussion. Women's soccer, football's number one. Women's soccer right behind them at number two. Women's lacrosse is number three. Obviously, it's a neck strength issue.
Right.
And I'm not sure why. Now, you've seen the video. Does it look like it would strengthen the neck?
Oh, no question.
Well, it's funny because I've had hundreds of wrestlers, because I've still a lot of friends, and I coached for quite a few years. A lot of wrestlers and football players that, when they first looked at it, they told me, "Gosh, Doc, I don't see that." And boy, as soon as they get on it, it's like, "Oh my God, this thing is awesome."
Right.
But it's so I'm not. We've sold a few. We just started here a couple weeks ago, and we sold a few, and we're getting it's unfortunately it's a lot of marketing.
Oh sure.
Yeah, but Yeah, I think well, especially with football. My gosh, you know, and there's another attribute to this thing that's off the charts, and that's Wolff's Law. The only way to strengthen bones is to apply an axial load. So this machine, you know, not only does it strengthen all the muscles, at the same time it imparts a slight axial load that strengthens the bone and the spinal joint structures. Well, that's huge in football for you know, catastrophic paralysis,
right,
bruising injuries. You know, I could almost bet that had the Seattle Seahawks had this device in their weight room, Cam Chancellor, Cliff Averill, and Ricardo Lockett would probably still be playing football. I know that's a huge statement, but again, the only way to strengthen bone is to apply axial load. That's why, see, wrestlers do front bridges, and this is much like a front bridge, only you get to add weight.
right.
That's why wrestlers are way down at number 8. We don't have a concussion problem. We're doing neck bridges all the time. This is neck bridges on steroids.
I find it refreshing to find another medical person talking about Wolff's Law, because when I was actively in the world of sports medicine, I talk about Wolff's Law every day, because a lot of people don't understand. People understand that if you lift weights, you can get stronger. The issue is the amount of weight that needs to be lifted needs to be an amount that's going to cause that Wolff's Law reaction, which is stresses and strains placed on tissues, bones, ligaments, tendons, muscles, will be strengthened if the intensity is high enough to cause the strengthening and the breakdown, and then the recovery, and then the strengthening. And Wolff's Law is a big part of that, and that's something that I learned in my anatomy and physiology and kinesiology classes. I had an adaptive kinesiology class that we talked about all those different things. And Wolff's Law is a principle of healing. It's a principle of strength training, and I'm glad to see another person bring that forward, because a lot of people don't know what Wolff's Law is, and but it's something that once I heard it and got grasp of it, it's helped me not only in my competitive days, but also in my doctoring, my rehab days, when I was working with athletes to get them well. And I'm glad to hear another person bringing that out. What is your? Do you have a vision? Obviously, you probably have a business goal. What kind of impact do you want this to have on the world of sports?
Well, Jim, it's my firm belief that when mom and dad find out the protections that this is going to afford their kids, and the coaches find out, you're going to be a better tackler. You're going to be better at takedowns. It strengthens all of the muscles in tackling and takedown simultaneously. The only machine that does it. Anyway, I believe that mom and dad will demand it be in every junior high, every high school, and every college in the country. That's my dream, and then obviously the NFL.
Oh yeah, you would think.
It's got to be. Well, like I said, there's 3 athletes the Seahawks had, and these weren't just season-ending injuries; those were career-ending injuries.
Right.
This machine could have saved them, and those were some of the Seahawks' best, most expensive players. So when people ask me, "What's your device worth?" It's freaking priceless.
I would have to agree. I think. And what kind of response have you had a chance to get it at that next level yet, or has anybody given it a whiff?
Like I told you, I've had a lot of people, a lot of wrestlers, and even coaches on it. What a great idea! This is awesome. But boy, nobody wants to, with the word. Nobody wants to, kind of get it to the next level or help me get it to the next level, I should say. It's been kind of that's been kind of disappointing. It's disappointing. I really thought the wrestling community would, especially, would jump on this. But it'll get there. It's just a matter of keep plugging at it, just like wrestling. Work hard every day, and eventually, the right people will get it. Are you familiar with Washington State football at all?
Oh yeah, I have had the opportunity to visit with Matt Chasnow, the voice of the Cougars for the last couple of years, and I follow Coach Leach pretty closely, I think.
You know who Isaac Dotson is?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, brutal, just awesome player. Also wrestled in high school. His dad was a state champ.
I know that Dotson. I know that Dotson. Yeah, he wrestled at Lewis and Clark. We were the same. We were the same age.
Well, he wrestled with my brother at WSU.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, we got Mike on this thing. And just like everybody else, Jim, Mike said, "Oh my God, this thing is awesome." He wanted to buy the machine I had in my office. Right there. He was going to give me $2,500. This is Mitzi. You got to get this to my kid. Because Isaac suffered a lot of concussions. In fact, that's why he's not playing in the NFL.
Uh-huh.
It's a really sad story. And I wanted to, but I needed my machine. I was working with patients with it. And at the time, I hadn't yet shipped it out to Iowa, where I showed it to Hammer Strength. So there's things like that. That really excite me. And then nothing. It would be great if I could, get it into in front of the coach at WSU or boy, it's tough. You call people and you call them, and it's like, and unfortunately, a lot of them go, "Oh gosh, another chiropractor."
Yeah.
Sell me something.
I know what you're saying. Well, hopefully this can give you a little more exposure. It's a great idea, and maybe someone that is a part of the decision-making process will be able to see this we're going to get there, Jim. It's just a matter of time. Yeah. So.
Yep.
Hey.
It's too important of a product.
I would agree with that. I'd like to see more research on it, but by the basic looks of it, I think that this is something that could be pretty beneficial in not only the world of sports medicine, but also in strength and conditioning.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Mitchell, I'm sorry we weren't able to connect with you on the show.
Oh, that's okay. Maybe we'll do it again.
We'll have to try. We'll have to try it another time. All right.
Okay. Hey, thanks a lot, Jim.
No, thank you for your time. Share the video yourself so your circles can see this as well, and we'll get the word out.
Sounds good.
All right, man. You take care.
Okay, you too.
All right, we'll see you. All righty, folks. That was Dr. Mitchell Powers, and he has the NeckForce Pro device. You can find it at www.neckforcepro.com. I want to thank my sponsors, Jay's Teriyaki, Frederick's Jewelers, Thesis Merchant Solutions, and Boost Mobile for helping support our show. And I want to thank all of you that have watched. Please like and share this video. Also, find our videos on YouTube. I will be posting this video and the other ones that we did while we were away on YouTube, along with all the other ones that we have there. Just so go and like that YouTube page as well. Help support us, and we'll be able to keep doing this. I want to thank everybody that's giving me go get 'em advice and support. I appreciate the opportunity to have to talk with different folks, and I look forward to doing this again. Friday's show will probably be a little bit around noon, and just to keep you all updated, we'll try and do Friday. Friday, I'm going to be heading on a trip with some wrestlers over to Cusick to a Washington team wrestling camp, and then Monday is Memorial Day, and we'll be coming back from that camp, and I'll try to do something Monday as well. I hope you all have a safe Memorial Day weekend. Get started now. Springfest starts tomorrow night. Want to wish the Mose Lake Chiefs baseball team good luck this weekend as they are in semifinals of the state baseball championships. And the women girls softball is also continuing to play on. So good luck to the softball lady Chiefs as well. And good luck men's baseball at Big Bend Community College. I hope all is well. You guys take care. Have a great day. I got to get to my next appointment to help out somebody else. And so I hope you can help someone today make their life a little bit easier. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care. This is Big Jim. You've been watching On the Bench with Big Jim. I appreciate you doing that. And you take care, everybody. We will see you on Friday. Bye.